Welcome back, everyone, to Is Your Six Covered? Hopefully, everybody's having fun. We got Scribble, Jerry Parker, but let's get to the top to see who won. Jerry Parker got first place. Love to see that, Jerry. You've been a first
place.
He's been a first placer for a long time now. So congratulations. We got Scribbles out there. You may be first in the chat, but I was the first like. Ooh, there you go. Let's see. We got 3 likes. Okay, so tonight we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Well, we always have a little bit of fun, but some of the things that I got planned for us tonight is we were talking 22 NRL shooting, and I want to do a little bit of comparison while we're having fun, so it's not like it's going to take up all the time. But I do want to show we got quite a few different stuff available. So we got the Blazer, the cheap stuff I bought the other day. We got some Federal Target grade, which they call match, auto match. We got a Gila, and then we're getting into some of the stuff that's more importantly the stuff we're kind of shooting. So you got the Ely 10X, which is a very expensive ammo, and you got the great box of CCI. What's up, El Gato? It'd be more fun if my buddy brother told me to fly out. Get your butt out here, man. Get your butt out here. No Ely. Yeah, Ranger 10, Scribbled, everybody's out there. So, standard velocity. Most of us are shooting this stuff with some anti-armor. Sorry. We've been shooting this stuff because it works fairly decent for shooting pretty good tight groups. It's fairly inexpensive compared to a lot of the really expensive match ammo out there. But some of the consistency. So some of this stuff you'll see, you'll be shooting a nice group and then all of a sudden you'll get a flyer up or down. And a lot of that is because they're just not spending the time, and they're not really caring because you're paying the price that's half of what the Ely is, but to get the perfect granules. So let's have some fun and see what's going on. My buddy said, "Hey, Ray." So
what's up, gentlemen?
Chris said, "What?" And then we got another Chris out there too as well. What's up, Armament and Axis? Conservative Sniper Hunter, +5s out there. Nothing wrong with CCI standard velocity. No, this stuff is great. And for the price, it's very consistent for the most part. But we're going to have some fun. We're going to use the FX300 while we're BSing as well. So it's not like I'm just going to be sitting here showing you the stuff. But we'll get some results and see the reasons why. Or maybe not. It might show that the Ely 10X is crap. And for some reason, it just shoots really well. But for getting those flyers, they do a little better job of weighing the grains. So let's have some fun with that in a second. What? The young fella making peanut butter sandwiches? I don't know what the hell he's doing over
together.
The Borka. He's messing with the Borka kit, so I think it's pretty awesome. So let's have some fun here. So Ray, what do you think the reasons are that the Ely costs so much compared to some of this, especially like the Aguila cheap ammo? Good stuff for normal Plinkin. We got some of that. Hopefully there's some in there. Sounds like it.
I think it's because of their quality control and inspection. And when he said half the cost, I won't even touch it, guys. A box of CCI standard velocity might run you $5, whereas one box of this is going to run you upwards of almost $20. This is the same thing that Olympians use, Team USA, they're all shooting Ely, or some of them will be shooting Lapua. No, I don't have a pin with me, sorry. Okay. But I will tell you, it does perform, and it performs well. I know today at 100 yards with V22 Voodoo, I was shooting the Lapua Center X, which in my opinion, I think it's probably hard to beat.
Have some of that, huh?
Yeah, I've got some of that if you want to check it.
Yeah, well,
but
check it against
the Lapua Center X, bang for the buck. Now, in the tests that I've seen, most of the tests, the Ely will usually outperform group sizes over the 10X, depending on the rifle, at 50 yards. But at 100, typically the Lapua does a little better. It just depends. Like I said, it depends on the rifle and everything else. Now, I've learned a lot along the way with regards to this. You cannot switch up from Ely and go to Lapua and see which one shoots better without doing at least 25-ish to 30 rounds to get that coating, that wax on the interior of the barrel. It's not like centerfire rifle where you can just shoot 5 or 6 rounds and then it changes, but even those centerfire rifles have an issue as well.
Look how little of powder is in here. There's just like a splash,
I
like
have a flashlight.
like you put pepper. I don't know if that's helping. It's like I'd put more pepper on my anything than I would. So there is hardly anything in here, but let's see what it weighs. I'm doing the CCI standard velocity right now. And we'll see what happens. 1.02. So we'll have some fun. I'm going to do 5 each. I'm just going to throw this in the trash that is not here. So I'll put this over here.
Make sure you're tapping it so you're getting all the stuff from the rim out.
I am. Anyway, I don't have anything to put it on.
Because I'm actually pretty interested in seeing these results.
Alright, so it's empty. I'm doing the next one. We'll do 5 because that's a pretty good, consistent group, right? We'll call it.
I think they're too far away.
They probably are.
Yeah, I'm going to move you guys closer in.
Wow. Holy shit. 1.04. So that's really good so far. Look at that. I'm wasting ammo for the price of science. I was blinded.
By science! She blinded me with science.
Wow, you sounded...
That's about what it sounded like back then,
It
too.
did. Actually, you're right. Well, so far we got 2 that are exactly the same.
No, you need to weigh the bullets as well.
Well, I got them all right here.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, there's another one on the ground. See, I got my science teacher over here. Oh, bam! I want to know why it costs so much more. Man, this is very, very consistent. This is the reason why this ammo does so well. We'll see the bullet, though. I need to get a trash can over here.
I get it.
All right, so last one. Last one of those. There's been a lot of testing with different shootings. The problem is the guy is shooting or the gal is shooting, and is it that she or he may have pulled the trigger or did something? See, I want to know powder-wise if it's the same. Oh, there's the one that screws everything up. All right.
There's that flyer.
There's the flyer. All right, so right now we're looking at, I've just finished up with the CCI. We're at 1.02, three that are at 1.04, and then 1 at 1.06. So let me measure these real quick. We'll call it done.
Weigh the bullets.
All right, weighing the bullets. 40.1. 40.12. This bullet is 40.22. 40.22. And 40.22. 40.22. And 40.04.
Big range there.
Not really. Well, actually there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 thousandths.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. Let's get back over here and see what everybody's got to say. So there's the answers to that one.
2 thousandths or 2 tenths?
2 tenths.
2 tenths of a grain.
2 tenths of a grain.
Yeah.
So we got under comments here so far. Greetings, what's up? They make a gauge that you can use with a dial indicator. That's how I've done it in the past. It definitely shows an improvement with cheap ammo.
Yeah, but if it's cheap ammo, do you want to spend the time doing that?
Isn't seating more difficult to machine than charging? Rim thickness sort makes the biggest difference. Oh, that's good to know actually. Did you hear that? Rim thickness. We're not. I mean, I have
Rim thickness, yeah.
I could do calibers. Now we're gonna go from semi decent CCI standard velocity. We'll do 5 of the Ely 10X. I'm hoping these are spot on, and then hopefully we're gonna try some of that. What's that stuff at, Ray?
Yeah, I'll read the comments if you unlock this. It's got that facial stuff.
Oh, it's not gonna work unless you turn your thing on.
Oh, you had it on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Got it.
You can do it though. Just have it look for yours. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Or you can read the comments right here.
Yeah, but not while you're working.
Why not? Those are trash. This powder's quite a bit different. 1.22. This is Ely. 1.22. And the bullet. The bullet is 40.08. All right, next one up. For some of you guys, this may be kind of a boring little video here, but a lot of people kind of want to know too as well. So we're doing it for the name of science. 30, right at 40. Yep. So right now, that's looking pretty dang good. That's 2 rounds. That was the bullet. Here's the powder. .22. So far the 2 Elys are exactly the same. 1.22. Keep bouncing around because I'm moving. This trash bag's just not working well there, buddy. Let's do this. Alright, here we go. Alright, bullet. .04. I wonder what powder they're using in here. It's definitely different. .24. Alright. Alright, I am boring myself with this, so let's get over here to the comments. Did you get logged in?
Oh yeah, I'm watching.
Alright. Mr. Excitement over there. Alright, let's see powder again. What do we got for comments? Anything good?
Yeah, just throw that super flammable powder in the trash, right?
1.24. Yeah. Let me show you something. Say you're doing some science. Oh, that's not good for the
Otter
ear.
says, yeah, you are definitely boring us to death now.
That's only 4, but that one kind of threw a little giddy up in the old get 'em up.
Still, that's huge compared to the CCI.
That was a monster.
No, 39.96.
Yeah, but look at this.
To 0.2 and 0.0, 0.4, you're a decimal off. It's huge. Look at the consistency in the powder chart.
That's why I want to finish this damn test. Otter, I'm sorry I'm bugging you. I got one more bullet. I'll just do these 2. I really want to do the 10X. That's what I really want to do. All right, last bullet.
Somebody said your dope card will float in water.
40.010. Alright, let's see what the powder is. Why will my dope card floating?
Because you're using a block of wood. Duh.
Oh, that dope card. Gotcha.
Speaking of dope cards.
Ooh, that's ugly. That's ugly, folks. This does not help it in any way, shape, or form. Let me back up just in case. Yep, I'm going to go 126. Okay, so tell me, Ray, why you think this is that great. When science...
Because it probably is about
So this
thickness
is...
and everything else.
Yeah, so there we go.
Gotta hold, but this still shows a huge difference.
So we got Ely, we got 1.22. This is the powder. This is the bullet weight. So you got 1.22, 1.22, 24, 24, 26.
What's your low? 39.96.
39.96.
What's your high? 40.08. Yes.
No, it's 40.10. 40.10.
For a difference of 0.14. 0.14. Now that was on Ely. Now CCI, what was your low?
Minus 0.14. CCI was, these were all the same, so it was 40.
Where are the other two?
They're these. I didn't keep writing.
Oh, okay. So
Can these guys see this?
40.22 minus 40.04, difference of 0.18. But you're talking about such a small charge that's going to make a big difference.
Yep.
And then you got the bullet weights themselves.
This was the powder.
Okay, that was the powder. Gotcha.
This side
Okay.
was powder.
And then the other side was the bullet weight.
Yep.
So you got,
So the bullets are very close.
yes.
Powder wise, you got two that are 2.2 and two that are 2.4 and a 2.6.
So the difference
CCI,
of 0.04. Difference of 0.04.
Yep.
Difference of 0.04.
They're the same.
Yeah, but you can't compare the two.
No, you can't compare the two, but that's what we came up with scientifically. Hit the thumbs up. Don't hit the thumbs up. So far, we haven't done a good job. All we've done is bore you guys.
So
but it's going to be
how
a
many
little
you
more.
got here?
You
45?
found it?
Yeah, I found it. So guys, I don't know if you've seen me talk about this before.
He told me he lost it.
This is probably the most expensive data card
That you
holder
lost.
that you'll ever use. This is what I had on the entrance of the PRS/NRL22 video that I did a minute ago. This is e-paper. You'll see how thin it is. And rather than writing, what I can do, I can show you guys now because I have my phone.
Let me show you
You just go to the app, which is eDope. And what I can do is load. And here are all the different stages, different rifles that I have with the dope. And I'm going to choose 6 Creedmoor. There's all the dope there. Now watch this. All I'm going to do is I want to send this. I send it. This has no batteries. Watch this. I'm just going to touch it up to it. And what it does is it transfers. Boom, and there it is. Look at that. It'll hold that data for about 6 weeks without any battery, without anything. It has high contrast. Think Nook or board like that. And it is really nice because you can pre-plan your stages. You can do it portrait mode. You can do it landscape. And it's actually pretty darn cool. So here's another one. These are actually stages from the Snipers Unknown. When I shot that match, let's see here.
I would call it forensics rather than science. Idaho Rogers, yeah, I'll go with that. Is the countertop connected to the cabinet? Over
Okay,
here
so,
is-
yeah, so here's one right here that I'm going to put in portrait mode. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it. I'm just going to take this, I'm going to tap it to it and hold it. Let's see if you guys can see the change there with the light. See that, how it's writing that? And then boom, there it is. You can see my notes, hold right past 400 yards.
Yeah, like 2 mils. Or 5
Anyway,
mils.
thought I would share that with you.
That is pretty awesome. Show me how thin it is, did you?
I did. Okay, so compared to a phone, That's how thick it is.
It's the size of a like
That e-paper is awesome. Yes, it is, Brian
saltine
Duchesne.
cracker almost. Maybe a hair thicker than a saltine cracker. Actually, here's some flooring. Let me see.
That's not a good idea. You need to show something that everyone knows how thick it is.
Yeah, like a tape measure. There's one right here. Or is it pencil? How about a construction pencil? Do you guys know how thick a construction pencil is? Thinner than a pack of gum.
It's 1/8 inch.
Yeah, it's actually probably a piece of gum and a half thick. Reb's out there. What's up, Reb? Dun, dun. God, these lights are just nice and shiny. We do got Ray's phone hooked up to the computer so we can actually read some comments. This is where we should have been when we were sitting there on BS and we can actually read.
Yeah, so Matt Sprouse, yes, it used to only be available for Android. They've changed it up. It is now available in iOS. I'm actually working on one of these myself with a different housing, working with Eagle Eye Shooting, Kenny, and we've actually got one. We're working on the housing for it right now, so hopefully we can bring something to the market with that.
But bam. All right. Driller Rob, yeah, e-paper.
You just keep trying to get as far as you can away from the camera, don't you? They don't want to hear that.
Look how good
You're
they
a
can
terrible
see.
host. Jeez.
Works just fine.
Let's go hide in the corner back here. Just, hey, can you guys see this? I'm working on
Let me
it.
show you something.
I wouldn't watch you.
You don't watch me anyways. All right, here we go. Look at that. Bam. Up close. Here we go. Eagle Eye. You guys shooting mammoth this year? No. Not as of yet. Well, hopefully you guys got a chance to see X-Ring's live broadcast. That was pretty well done. We got a lot of stuff to show. Bond 22. Some rimfire match coming up here this Saturday, so it's kind of nice. TB says the studio's looking good. I appreciate that. We got Matt Spruce out there. I know Roger Strilla, Rob Milspec, Grunt, Tim Davis, Jack
Eagle Eye's out there?
Somebody said hi to him. Let me see.
I didn't see him out there.
I didn't see him either. He might be out there. Lurking somewhere. Commonwealth Minuteman. Yeah, well, no, that was +5. Mike D's out there. I will look into it and give it a try with the ammo. Okay, that was old. Let's get over here. Please hit the thumbs up, Jerry Parker says. Jerry, I always appreciate that. TB as well. You guys are helping me out, telling everybody to hit that thumbs up button. Milspec Grunt says, hello, Rick and Ray.
What is up? Do you have a topic?
Topic of the day.
If not, I'm going to roll.
Go ahead, roll with it.
No, I just did the last topic. Yeah.
I thought you were going to, well, I was going to do this, but everybody said it was boring, so.
Well, it's boring watching somebody playing with a...
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
What it is.
What you got in there?
This is Matt's rifle for tomorrow. I'm going to leave this with you.
More stuff? More stuff. Nope, not much. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Saturday should be a great time. I'm really hoping that we do well.
We're going to have fun.
We're going to have a lot of fun. Hopefully we get some good dope for tomorrow. Figure out what we got going. We got C6 Squad 3s out there. Anything diet makes me puke. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Anything sugar makes me puke.
Call him Butter. He's on a roll. That's right.
Woohoo!
Anyone know anything about the DSA AR-15s? Abigail showed up. I do not.
No, but I do know that the DSA arms...
Jeans out there?
A lot of their machine guns are actually pretty solid performers.
Solid performers, the machine guns?
Like the FA-58 and some of the other ones. Look at this.
Scribble, are you shooting the Mammoth this year? I am not, my friend. Looking forward to that. Let's see what happens here. Stay away from the trash can. So some of the things, what do you guys, What's some of the funnest topics we've had on here? I don't know if you guys missed last night. Last night was a complete adventure into some unknown charted territory. That was a 3-hour chat. And at the end of that chat, we really get into, I don't know if you've seen it or not, my phone somehow, we were sitting here commenting, having fun, talking with you guys, and all of a sudden my phone just decided to dial 911. It was, I went and looked at it today. It doesn't show any of that stuff. It just shows it like the time where the phone had dialed 911, and then and then we're back after they called me again. The police department called me, and it was pretty crazy. We talked about safes, breaking into safes. We talked about all sorts of stuff. So it was kind of an interesting night for sure. A lot of stuff that we normally don't talk about. There's some political stuff on there, and what kind of craziness that we see maybe happening. So hopefully we don't get into any of that last night. TV says the chat last night was off the hook, bouncing on all topics. Yeah, we were all over on that one. We got Ice House out there. Appreciate you showing up. Well, gentlemen, I have to hit the sack. Have a good night, Joaquin. Appreciate it. I'm behind, but you're retired now. Not officially. I got a couple more. I was supposed to go back this month. I did not. So I'm going to show up in December and one last time in January, and I will be retired from the fire service, which will be pretty cool since my buddy El Gato Grande is moving battalion, so I won't even get to hang out with him anymore. Damn you, Chris. So there's that. So there will be a couple more shifts. I'll be in California, and then pretty much won't be going there except to visit people, which who knows when that'll be. Sneak in a little bit closer here. Let me see what we got. Oh, Knucklehead left with the phone, but it still seems to be working. I need to possibly go to bed. All right, Tim, you have fun. Have a good night, buddy. What's up, Gene from the Reloading from the Hot Pot? Let's see, Ramsey Country. Ramsey Country's out there. Appreciate it, Ramsey. Don't say that, Rick. Behind. No, it's true. It is true. I am retiring. I'm calling it done. Rick's a lucky dog. Great escape from California. Yeah, Rev, I'm pretty super excited about that. I'm bummed out. I'm going to be missing all my buddies and family, but I'm glad not to have to, I should say. There's a big difference between wanting to and having to show up. Rick and Bobby, what's up, Net Flutter? So appreciate that. Joe Dowdy, how you doing? I had 15 years in the fire service. Congratulations, sir. Awesome. Let's see. Sup, Rick? The Redneck Prepper says Mr. Tony himself is out there. GGW Reloading. RU CDF. I did work 10 years with CDF, and then I went to a smaller agency. Been there the last 21 years. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, I did work for a CDF, California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. Now it's called CAL FIRE. That was when Arnold Schwarzenegger became the governor. He couldn't say California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. So he just said, we're going to call it CAL FIRE. And from there on, it was CAL FIRE. I don't know if that's a true story, but that's kind of how it seemed to have happened in my head. We got Les out there. Let's see. I think you guys need to have a look at the Italian company, Victric Armaments, just for us out here. We actually talked about that last night, Otter. That'd be something to look into. I still think Beretta owns that, or I've been waiting on the wide. I've been waiting on the wide to wife probably to retire, so we can make the great escape. Yeah, Reb. I think it's going to be interesting. We got to make sure that when we do retire, we got stuff to do. Don't sit around the house and be stagnant. I think an object that stops moving, you know, that whole story, that's how we get old fast. We stop moving. So I'm going to be trying to do a lot more shooting, a lot more reloading, a lot of YouTube stuff down here in the partially done studio and reloading room. So this is going to be kind of my little getaway. This will be my job per se, is having fun reloading and shooting and some YouTubing. I'm just south of them, and it's a bit chilly. Actually, it's been a little chilly here the last couple days. What is the maximum magnification on scope one would need when shooting NRL PRS 22 if you're only shooting a max of 400 yards? Well, I'm running a 6x24. Matt's running a, what is that damn thing? It's down here. The ATAC R 6-35, I think is it, what it is? Yep, no, 7-35. Ray's running a Burris something. I don't know what his magnification is. So usually when we're shooting PRS, like when I was in Utah, I didn't really get out past 10 power, and we were shooting out to like 1,100 and something yards. The wind was crazy, so we wanted to see our hits or misses and try to figure out that on the reticle to get back to a hit if we missed. So magnification wise, we weren't zeroed in because finding the targets, even though like with that PRS style stuff where they show you the targets prior to, compared to the sniper match we did in New Mexico where you have to find everything's hidden or blind, is but I didn't notice myself going over past 11, maybe 11 or 12. Always wondering why the name change. Oh, you guys are typing on lots of stuff here. Just want to shoot every day now, so is the retirement more costly than working? Yeah, that'll be the fun thing. I'm going to find some type of little adventure part-time gig of some sort. Pay for some bullets or something. Should be kind of fun. Let's see. Always wonder why the name changed. LOL. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Just bought a Turkey 12-gauge semi-auto for $200 on Gunbroker. Nice. Well, what do you think? Good deal. PS brand new. Ice House, I don't know. I mean, it depends on what it is, and $200 for a shotgun is probably a damn good deal, especially right now, just being able to have something. Mississippi Buckeyes out there, 5+ to 20 power is good enough for parallax that focuses close. Is really important. They can throw some super small targets. Yeah, it's a great point, Mississippi Buckeye. The one thing nice about that, and it's a cheaper in scope, the Diamondback, that 6-24, is you can go all the way down to 10 yards and actually change the parallax to 10 yards. So it's kind of nice because I didn't go to the last match, but they said there was stuff at 35 yards and it was tiny, 1/4 inch. So having that availability of focusing that close up is a bonus for sure. Wouldn't you say, Mr. X-Ring?
Absolutely.
Oh, what's your Burris magnification? +5 had asked what he thought the minimum maximum magnification or something like that should be for PRS. 22. Thanks, always been curious what most of us using 22 magnification questions, since the shooting 1,000+ yards, most only go up to 20 power or less.
Okay, so this is a good topic. I'll chime in on this. So, if you guys have ever done any silhouette shooting or small bore shooting, doing just the standing silhouette, a lot of those guys are going to run extreme powers, and what I mean by that is like 40x. Okay, and it's really hard to control your wobble. But I know that on like the Anschutz that I have and Matt has, he runs a 40x. It was a doubler that Premier Reticle used to put in the loopholes. And I think I've got like 35x. It's a completely different game because you're not going to be dealing with that mirage because the targets are close. The furthest you're going to shoot is 107 meters, I believe it is, or 104 meters. So you will have mirage, but not like the mirage when you're trying to shoot at 600, 700, 800, 900 yards or further. Typically speaking, and I've been asked this question quite a bit, in most competitions that I've shot, I have never gone above about 15 to 18 power, because you're going to start cutting out your field of view if you're trying to search for targets with that optic. Small bore, you're not going to be searching for targets. They're going to be up on a rack. You're usually going to have 10, 5 and 5. So it's completely different. And in that case, I can see where the
can
40 actually
crank it up,
helps.
yeah.
Yeah, it does help. And when it's on, it's on. So yeah, good question. You know, some of my favorite scopes are the smaller scopes that are 4 to 16, 4 to 14s, things like that. I think there's a lot of great options right now with the 3 to 18s. I think that really fills the void of being able to draw in light.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're hunting and you want to do long range, you know, that 3 to 18, that 4 to 16, or, you know, they're getting crazy now. Are you getting, you know, 2 to 20s, 2.5 to 20s with Night Force and some of the other ones? I mean, that range is really starting to open up from what it used to be.
Well, I think that one scope we looked at was 6 to 30.
Guys, when we all grew up with a 3x9. It was a 3x9, you know.
And that was the shiz biz.
Yeah.
biz.
I still think that they haven't worked out the low power variable optics in the 1 to 8 and 1 to 10 range. You know, on the chat the other night, I had the Vortex, the Gen 3, which I've shot in 2 competitions now. And in my opinion, it is one of the best low power variable optic scopes out there. But it still lacks in that 8.5 to 10 range. It starts to get a little cloudy in there, and you know, I think making that huge, true 1 power all the way up to 10, it's tough. It's really tough.
Well, at some point they got to polish those lenses at some point. So I'm thinking they're going, well, we want 8 to be perfect.
You know what a perfect scope would be? Give me a 1 to 10 with a thinner or finer center point reticle or a chevron reticle with a parallax adjustment. If anybody is in the scope world, if you do that, you will have a winner.
That'd be big.
You will have a winner. Throw a parallax on there.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because there is
Find one.
So that's what I'm saying. The 8, they make
the ATAC R. None of them have parallax adjustment.
But it's like they have to find the perfect. At some point,
yeah,
they can only go up to that 8, really, I bet.
I can't read the comments.
Okay.
But that was a good question. Thanks for asking
That is a good question. Let's see. TV a tripod for standing or for prone crouching? Just ordered 2 scribble. Oh, so there was a good question out there. TV had asked. He says, what is the best 22 long rifle you've ever shot? Well, that just happened to be today.
That happened today. So guys, you know, I've been around a lot of precision
likes and dislikes.
rimfires, like the Anschutz rifles.
That's an amazing rifle.
And it is an amazing rifle. I've had a chance to shoot some of the way they call them the Forstner actions, and you know what a lot of the Olympians use. Those are incredible. But today, shooting, I just picked up the Voodoo, the V22.
Amazing,
that was sick. Right out of the box, it was sick.
First, I drove up a hair after you started.
So I got it from them, actually from Area 419. Those guys really helped me out on getting me this before the match this weekend. I talked to them last weekend. And, you know, I already had some Lapua Center X. I had a couple thousand rounds of it that came in. I went out there, I bore sighted it. First shot was off like 1 mil low and like 1.2 mils left. I made the correction, fired 2 shots. The 2 shots were touching and just outside of the circle. I did another correction, and from there out, Rick saw it. That's when he pulled up. And it was just, none of the pasties would stay on the target. It was just center, 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 pasty gone. Center, 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 pasty gone. Center. And then we moved it to 100 yards. It got boring. And then we moved it to 100 yards. And at 100 yards, it was knocking pasties off. I've got one that, it was 3 shots in the same hole at 100, which, when I say same hole, I am talking about something that's shooting, you know, 0.3s, 0.2s without going up in there, actually measuring the group size. Rick goes out there. You've got all shots touching inside of a 3/4 inch pasty. It's insane.
It grew like no other 22 long rifle
never seen it. So
between having one of the best rifles made, utilizing the best ammo ever made, it makes a great combination.
Yeah, you know, a lot of things don't live up to the hype, and that's probably one of the biggest disappointments when you see something, you save up for it, and you have this expectation of what it's going to do, and then you do get it. You know, I was waiting today. I was just waiting on it to arrive, and my wife called me. She was like, "Yeah, your package is here." I was like, "Does it look like a rifle?" And she said, "Yeah, it's I think it's a rifle." And so I got home, I opened it up, I dropped it in the XLR chassis, and I couldn't wait, and it exceeded my expectations. And you know, that's from somebody that's shooting these Anshoots that's like, well, I know what that's capable of. They will not touch this V22.
And that Anshoots,
It's
that was
unbelievable.
the most
22
tack driving rifle up until
this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an amazing rifle for sure. What pedal is tricky? Those guys are talking about guitar stuff. I like it.
Oh yeah.
Armament and Axes. Yeah, Area 419 is the actual company. Are they out of Area 419?
Area 419 is a company out of Ohio, and
yeah, that's
these guys are shooters. You've got Craig, you've got John, who are the owners of the company. John, I think John's actual owner. I don't know if Craig's part owner, but they come out with so many good products. They do everything in house as far as the machining. They just released the Area 419 Zero Press, and it really epitomizes quality in using their stuff. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't get anything free from them. They do help me out. And it's like when I called Craig, I was like, hey man, I really want to get one of these Voodoos. I see you guys have one on your website. And he goes, when do you need it? And I said,
yesterday.
They had one left. And I said, I'm shooting a match on Saturday. He goes, of course you are. And so he was able to get together with some guys and pull it together. And yeah, I'm proud to shoot that rifle. That's
yeah, Matt, rifle. the funnel kit that they make from Area 419 is there's no one that touches it.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'd ever bought from them right after they invented the Hellfire brake. Now, the Hellfire brake is the #1 brake used in PRS competition. If you go on any of the blogs on what the pros use, you'll see it. And that's really where they made it. They came up with this design. It's a very effective brake, but very loud. And they just continued to start making products. They came out with the funnel, and the master funnel kit's unbelievable. It doesn't have static. It's got interchangeable heads on it, so you can go to a perfectly fitting, 223 and go to a 30 cal and just unscrew the head. It's all billet aluminum. The funnel actually, it's machined out of one solid block.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they do everything upright.
So is the base that holds all the stuff on
everything.
Yeah, it's pretty
great stuff.
amazing. How much does one of those run?
Just $100. It's $100.
No. We're moving on. They want to know what the B22.
Okay,
like
so
$1,800?
a barreled action is going to run you a little over $1,800. That's no trigger, just a barreled action. So it does have, they have their own barrel, but I chose the Bartland barrel, MTU contour, and it's heavy, which that's what I wanted for stability. And I went with an 18-inch barrel threaded in half 28.
I've got Charles Tiffy out there. Welcome to the fun. Appreciate
Yeah, +5 says he'd recommend their stuff any day, and I would agree.
Yeah, their stuff is amazing.
Great guys.
Everything from amazing presses to funnel kits.
And Craig's a great shooter too. He was out there when we shot the Hornady PRC match. He actually finished really well. But those guys are shooters, so they know what shooters want and what they need. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with X-Ring Customs. What I've decided to do is I am going to launch the website. Everything will be out of stock until we can get it in there, but it's better than uploading the pictures and giving everybody a release date. This way everybody can kind of navigate and see what's coming up. Quite a few good products coming, all made locally.
Yeah, Mississippi Buckeye says $2,500 for a complete rifle and an XLR element chassis.
Yeah, now I will say this,
Plus
that comment about the element chassis, I actually spoke to Craig at length about it, and I want to see what you guys think, but he said the element chassis is extremely light. It's a magnesium chassis, and when you pair it up with something like a CZ, I don't know what the Voodoo would be, but like a 457, you're looking at a package that's only 5 pounds.
Yeah.
And
that's too light.
I think it's too light for what we do. Can you use it and be competitive? Of course you can. But on the same token, Craig actually conveyed to me, he said, if you're going to do this, he said it's really odd. There's that group of guys that want their actual PRS rifle, but then they want this trainer that duplicates the feel, the fit, the function of that.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
He conveyed to me that that's not really always the best alternative. What he's saying is, and he's right on this, is shooting that rimfire feels in a full size platform feels very clunky. I noticed that as well today shooting it because, it is a full 90-degree throw. I'm no problem with that. I'm shooting a 90-degree throw, but you're talking about this little short throw on the 22, whereas a 457, I can work it considerably faster. It's a smaller frame instead of dealing with a full-size Remington 700 frame shooting a little 22. He said, ultimately the decision is yours. He said, but you're going to notice a difference, and I did. I think I will be slower at manipulating the bolt by far than I did with the CZ 455. The 455 was just so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charles Tippy says, I'm thinking about selling my ACC and ordering a foundation.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the foundation stocks. You see a lot of PRS guys running those. I'm not knocking on MDT, but I was a little disappointed. I will probably end up selling my MDT chassis that I have. I'll keep the one on the 22 for Ella's rifle. I'm just sold on this XLR. I have another one that's going to be coming in right now. They're kind of 12 weeks out, but I do have another one coming in, the XLR.
Great goat herder, how you doing? What was the barrel length and profile?
MTU 18-inch.
There you go. If it wasn't going custom, I'd probably buy a Bagara. Those are great. I keep hearing great things about.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be receiving, Charles. I'm supposed to be receiving one of the Bagaras in for review. They were waiting on another reviewer to get done with it, so I don't know if I'm going to be getting like the carbon fiber version or whatever, and then maybe some centerfire stuff later on. I'm talking to some guys about that right now, trying to bring some more of the Bagara stuff on the channel.
Yeah, Plus Five says maybe build a 22 for what feels best. Build a 6 or 6.5, etc. for what it is. Speaking recoil and bolt throw. Buddy has one and it shoots even the cheap ammo well. See, that's pretty cool. Darren Becker, I'm just found a fan of the look of the XLR chassis versus MDT ACC.
Yeah,
I also
okay.
like the folding stock on the MDT for under $250.
Yeah, so aesthetics. I am more about function over form, and I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like the look of an AR. It looks like an AR buffer tube on the back of the rifle. That was the first thing that turned me off on the XLR until you shoot one. When you start shooting it and see what they've done and where you can place the weights and get that thing perfectly balanced, and when you hold them and you actually have them in a chassis, I think there is no comparison. It is like closing the door on a, you know what, I want to be careful with that. It's like closing the door on a Toyota Prius as opposed to closing the door on a BMW 7 Series or something like that. And I think that's a really good analogy. I'm not saying you can't beat somebody that's shooting, an MDT or one. I'm not saying one over the other. What I'm saying is the detail in the machining, the quality, the fit, and the finish, I don't think you can compare them. And I can say that because I have both of them.
Night Otter. The one thing I will
You said it too.
No, yeah, but the one thing I will ding XLR on is the front isn't as long as the ACC.
Yeah.
When you're trying to reach a bipod out farther, whatever the reason, prone shooting would be.
I have to go full extension on the XLR right now. So on the MDT, you've got an area that you can't even reach. I don't.
No, yeah, if you're needing to swap it back and forth and move it, but it just seems, and I can't really show them, but the on some rifles, depending on barrel length, it kind of looks. It just looks short when you have two of them together.
I think the MDT ACC is too long. I do.
See? Then that's all personal opinion.
But then again, you're also talking about a game where you've got rifle barrels that are, 27 to 30 inches as opposed to most people, that when they're coming from a normal, 26 is like a standard length for most people. But then when you get into these 24s and 22s, the MDT is rather long.
Yeah, so those are some of the...
I didn't say it wasn't good.
No, they're both great. I don't like all the crap that
hangs off the back of the MDT. It grabs everything. It
everything.
got hooked on you today.
I know. I was like...
He was cussing. The thing wouldn't let go of him. It's just the way that thing, it snatched my ear pro out one day. I actually took the strings off.
There's
because
so
it kept
much
hitting.
crap that it can catch on.
I don't like the caps that are on the back of the stock on the MDT.
And fit it to my action barrel.
I don't like the shiny looking cheap screws that are on the MDT.
Should a guy bed the action of a chassis in the video? You don't have to bed
No, I wouldn't do that.
in a chassis is what I
No, it's not necessary, I don't think.
Yeah. Outlaw Josie Wells, welcome. I can agree with your point on the grabbing things. Yeah, there is just so much between, I think there's 3 or 4 twisty knobs.
Yeah, it
They're
grabs
plastic,
everything,
And it's
yeah.
like, they're little, it's a 3-pronged thing on each one of them. Plus you got all the other junk. They look great, like for a skeletonized, if you're just straight up going looks on just the rear part of the stock.
It
is a
looks badass.
It
looks badass.
But the problem is it catches on everything. So
Yeah.
will you ruin the chassis value if you bet it? I don't know why you would bet it.
I don't think you'll ruin it, but it's somebody else's problem. Getting it out.
Trying to get that junk
Yeah.
out of there.
If anything, it's the same platform and they'll just skim glass it,
Yeah, Abigail's gonna rattle can that whole thing, so it looks really doesn't matter.
A little heat and it'll pop right out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too. I do like the foundation stocks because they remind me of the Macmillan AR5, and I'm kind
The
of
A5s, yeah.
A5s, and I'm kind of a traditionalist.
So +5, so am I. Okay, so being somebody that grew up around Macmillan and grew up around, all of the different variations of those Macmillan stocks, and that used to be all I ran on everything. I loved Macmillan, and I actually won a Macmillan stock about 1.5 years ago. It took them about 9 months to fulfill the order, but when I got it, it didn't have the ease of adjustment. Just going out, turning this screw, getting my length of pull right. Back in the day, we're always using duct tape. We're using whatever we could do to build the cheek risers, and you could get some of those cheek risers up, and like even on the Manners, but you can only do so much, and it's like you just lose a lot of that customization. I mean, unless you want to put some PVC foam on it with duct tape, and I don't know. I guess I'm past that look now. For work guns, it's fine, but this is for shooting competition, and yeah, I mean, there's something to say.
Nice.
I still like it. There's a part of me that likes it. You look at an M40 or something like that, or I don't know. It's just I've kind of gotten away from that.
The problem would be with those is once you actually build it up to what you want and you're taping everything.
Yeah,
is
and now you got to take the bolt out.
Yeah,
You got to take the bolt out. Now it
you're
gets in the way, and you got to rip all that off. I don't know. It's just maybe as I get older, I have less patience for that stuff.
Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The thing with the foundation, they aren't glass. They are a solid piece
Of
of
micarta.
micarta.
Yeah.
Yeah, those I heard are really badass.
Yeah.
What's something like that cost, Charles? I know they're up there.
I would think, regardless of you get into those stocks like that, you're going to be looking. Everything's going to be $1,000+
Oh, 1,300.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So they're kind of comparable.
Got to stay
everything else.
competitive. Yeah.
Yeah. But you got no wood, so you don't have to worry about it expanding, contracting, holding moisture, so on and so forth. Let's see. $12.99 for the stock, I believe. $150 for the bottom metal. It's got a
Yeah. And see,
built-in
that's
arc
another
in it.
thing too. When you get into these Macmillans and everything else, you still got to buy the bottom metal. You gotta, usually you gotta go in and it's either inletted for you, and then you're gonna have magazine issues. Hey, Matt knows all about that. Everything from mags not fitting right to where it just wasn't feeding right, just because it just it's just so much of a pain. Whereas, guys, I'm not kidding. So the V22, based on a 22 action, I was told throw it in there, put a magazine in, tighten the action screws, and it was that easy. Don't have any issues getting the mag in. Everything's feeding right. It's a dream, and I think it's just the convenience that makes some of these chassis systems really nice. Didn't have any issues with my MDT either.
Why are you using the Alice bipod rather than the Cry bipod on your video, or on your Voodoo on Saturday?
Okay, so that is a great question, and I was going to address that. As good as the Sky is, the Sky bipod is really expensive, and it has its place for sure. It's probably one of the most versatile bipods you can use.
Expensive.
But the one that I have is a double, and that double has very long legs.
She's got legs.
And I don't know how to use them, and that's the problem. It's almost like it's a hindrance because of the angle. Look, I love the versatility of it, but it has a really wide stance, which is what you usually want. But I think the Atlas is just the best of both worlds. And you know, so is the Thunder Beast. They make a really good bipod as well. And you know, you've got the leg extensions and everything else. But one of the things about that SkyPod, when you have the double on there, if you move quickly and you jolt it, your legs will extend. It takes almost nothing to extend them, and now you have an extended leg that you didn't mean for it to extend.
They're supposed to be working on that.
It's give and take. Yeah, I actually talked to Sky, we texted back and forth a couple days ago, and I think the new version 2, or the Gen 2, which should have some turn knobs instead of having to use Allen keys, should be coming out in the next 3 to 4
That
months.
was an issue we had at the match.
Oh yeah, it was huge. When we were at the
That damn thing
competition
was
dynamics
slapping Ray in
match,
the head.
it lost its tension
When the
and it was
back
just flopping around. And unfortunately,
Oh,
I
great.
didn't have the hex key, the Allen key, to be able to tighten it back up.
And luckily,
Somebody else did, so I borrowed it.
Yep, Shutout and Ben.
Yeah, that's right.
Great dudes. Definitely. Yeah, I was thinking ZZ Top, Chris. Let's see. Boom, boom. Now, have you heard of this one before? It's called the Wooks. Ferrugia. Mississippi says I have been considering the, I don't know, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, probably Woks.
Where's it at?
Ferrugia chassis.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. So, let's see. Gonna be hard for me to let the MDT go, being I have 1,700 in it with the weights. That's
Wow.
another
Yeah.
thing. Them flipping
Oh, they
weights.
kill you on the weights.
I was like, I ain't putting any weight in this thing because I'm not spending any more money. Jerry Parker says, smash the thumbs up button. I appreciate that, Jerry. We got 43 watching. We got 1 thumbs down, so got that going for us.
That's because I'm on here.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody likes you.
I have some haters.
He does have some haters.
I can put a video out, and within 3 seconds, I'll have 4 thumbs down. So there are 4 people out there that, yeah, there's probably more than that. But there's 4. They wait till I release a video.
As soon as I'm
because it's like, bam, 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 bam. I'm like, okay, there's my 4.
Yeah. Charles Tippy has $560 into the weights of that thing.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Get some lead bars or something.
There was gold bars you could buy for that. Did you see that? That was real, I guess.
What do you mean gold bars?
Like where the weights are, you can actually buy.
This not real gold. It's just a coating.
I don't know.
You can buy real gold.
You can buy real gold. Rick, they have 20. Yeah, see right there. Darren Becker says 24 karat gold. If you want something heavy, what's heavy? Gold's heavy.
Wow, that is, yeah. Oh,
You're like,
crazy.
how much does your rifle cost? It costs $135,000.
Yeah, the thing is, that would really suck though, because 24 karat gold is so malleable and it's so soft. I could see just.
It's under the.
I could. Oh, you're talking about underneath it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I was thinking exterior weight.
There'd
You
be
hit it on
guys.
a rock,
There'd be guys like
you'd
when
be
you
like-
weren't looking, trying to chew some of it off, flexing on the pores. That's right.
Yeah, it's like a quarter. Why does a quarter have ridges on it? Does anyone know? Nobody.
So you
why?
can tell the difference between that and the other coins.
No. Why are coins?
No, you can't say coins. Quarter.
Well, I'm talking about coins, and this will make sense. Back in the day, like your silver dollars and your 50-cent pieces, why are they, and even dimes, not a nickel, but why do they have
For the blind people.
ridges?
For blind people.
No. So back in the day, this is what I was told. You guys back me up or not? Back in the day, during the
you can tell when
Depression,
it's been
everywhere else.
shaved.
Yes, that's exactly right. Because what they used to do is people that
Scribble.
worked in the banks or anything else.
Nice.
You know, if you shave a little bit every day, and it's silver or gold coins, you know,
So you
$20
were
gold
just
pieces.
scratching a little bit off.
Yeah, they would take their knives,
Yeah.
and what they would do is they would just do this on the $20 gold piece, and so what they're shaving
Yeah.
it down, and now all of a sudden, sooner or later, it'd be kind of like somebody trying to save up all their gold from Goldschlager. No, but literally it adds up
Yeah.
over time, and that was money.
Yeah, that makes perfect damn sense.
Yep.
And they only do it on the ones that were silver, which was a dime and a quarter.
Well, gold is really where it started. Because back in the day, the
Yeah,
gold coins were
But I'm talking about
the big
silver.
thing. Yeah.
See, you never know what you're gonna learn to watching this crazy channel. Used to have high silver content and would wear down. Mississippi, heard good things. They call it snipping. Goes back
Snipping.
to the early colonies. What's the brand of that micrometer, Ray? I wrote it down
The
again.
micrometer, you mean a caliper. So,
Metatoya.
yeah, it's Mitutoya.
Actually, I
It
got
is Japanese.
Oh, it's over
Do
there.
not get taken. Like, I'm not going to say he got taken,
I'll show you.
but somebody recommended on the channel. I was like, get some Mitutoyas. Oh, you can find them on eBay. They're $50. I'm like, my ass, they're $50. I've been around machine shops enough to know that Mitutoyas, genuine Mitutoyas, are not going to be $50. So, this comes in the mail. He gets 2 of these. And let me tell you, I open it up, I'm like, good gracious, you got a set of Mitutoyas for $50. For those of you that
That's
might
amazing.
have caught this on the chat before, it is packaged exactly the way a Mitutoya, a genuine Mitutoya is. But when you open it up, what you're going to notice is Mitutoya, to the untrained eye, does not have that lime green color on the scale here. It also doesn't ship with a battery in it, okay? They never put a battery in it. The Chinese are really good about, now, they do put a battery to make it look like a Mitutoya, but there's already one in it. Genuine Mitutoyas are going to have SR44 batteries, I think, and these ship with LR44s. There are also some other things, too, on the font where they capitalize some things that shouldn't be capitalized. They did work really well. I actually used some gauge blocks to test it that I use on micrometers, and they were pretty good. They really were. But what kind of quality are you getting? Are you better off getting a clone that's made to look like something that's the real thing? And I noticed some gouges and things that you wouldn't see on a normal Mitutoya. But would you have been better off spending $50, $60 on something that's labeled, you know, Hornady or something like Frankfurt Arsenal, whatever? You know, for what he's doing, reloading, it's no big deal. But, you know, to do this for work and use it in a machine shop, I don't know. I think it's just cheap that somebody's cloning that. They're making tons of money because people don't know. They think they're getting a set of real Mitutoyas for $50.
They did do well though when we tested it.
Okay, it is Mitutoyo, Mitutoya.
Metatoya.
Well, he didn't know he was getting the knockoff. Somebody
I didn't.
recommended it to him, and he really thought he was getting a set of
They
true
said they're
Mitutoyas.
selling them on eBay right now for whatever it was, like $58 or something.
I just hate This is not a clone. This is a counterfeit. This is a flat-out counterfeit off of a Japanese company by some Chinese
Somebody
knockoff
knocked it
somewhere.
off.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you didn't know, because you didn't have like a real set to go against them, it
Yeah.
raises a good essential question. How good does a copy have to be?
You know, the thing is, they could market this
As Yamaha.
as their own name, do a different packaging, and they're going to get a lot more respect. But they're trying to. The reason they do this is to get over on people,
Suckers like me.
to make them think they are getting true Mitutoyas when they're not. It's no different than the Rolex and all that. Now you still have that hidden market that want that thing that looks like a Rolex. They want that counterfeit. Because it has that look, like the Louis
Bamboozled.
Vuittons and the, you know, everything. You guys know how it is in New York and
Hornswoggle.
everywhere else. But, you know, they're preying on the people that don't know. You know, Microtech has a huge issue with that. They go after every company. If somebody wants to make something similar, great. But don't put the logo on there. Don't package it like they do. Because these people get taken. They send them in for warranty and repair, wondering why it broke in a week. And
They're going to say, this isn't real.
yeah, and it's not real. It's counterfeit.
Yeah, which really sucks.
There's a whole website for fake calibers. Chinese are not knocking off the Japanese. They're knocking off everyone. It's been said they're the best at reverse engineering, and I believe it. You know, I mean, you look at what they've done with they can take photos of our planes and replicate the thing,
They're actually, it's pretty amazing what they can do.
And they've come a long ways. Chinese quality is no joke, guys. I can tell you from a machining standpoint, they are making some equipment now that rivals some Japanese and American equipment. An old machinist told me, just buy cheap calipers. They're just as accurate. When you drop them, you just throw them away.
They actually tested out pretty decent.
Yeah, they did okay.
They did.
They ripped themselves
damn
off
good.
with drones from DJI. The DJI drones, they really made a name for themselves. It's a good one. It's a good drone, best drone out there,
Did they originally make that?
I don't know. I don't know who did.
I don't either.
We'll see you, Kreiderman.
Kreiderman.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
12 o'clock, high noon.
Don't be late. Don't be late.
And we gave it to him. Matt Sprouse says yes.
How long have we been yapping for?
I've been using the Gaijin Absolute Origins
What
lately
else?
so I can leave them on the bench. Toddler problems. All right, we'll see you, Scribble. Thanks for joining.
Have a good one.
Have fun with those barn kittens.
Yep.
Meow.
Meow. Sell them on eBay for fake cats.
Yeah, DJI is from China, and they make they make DJI counterfeits. they copy themselves.
That's right. We're gonna make something good.
Oh, it's a German company, and the DJI is a German company, the drone company? Or do you mean DMG Mori? That used to be German, and I don't know. DJI is a German company. I don't know. I thought it was always for the clones. I thought for the drones. I thought it was always.
They're headquartered
Chinese.
in Germany.
Gotcha. Understood.
Really? They are made in China.
Well, Apple is an
Everything's
American
made-
company, but all of our phones are made in China.
Yeah.
Under Apple quality.
They say California.
Apple standards.
Yeah, those are California. Shit. That makes it worse.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any other
Yeah,
questions?
well,
before we get out of here?
manufacturers have to do that. So I'm gonna, I'm not with them anymore, so I'll just go ahead and tell on them. But so like, let's say your dream car is a BMW, and you save until you get to a certain age, and you're like, I want to buy that new BMW, and it's German quality, and it's not always German.
Oh, it's South Carolinian.
Well, no. Okay, so
One is.
let me go ahead and explain this. So every X5 in the world was assembled in South Carolina. Okay? So if you see an X5 and it is in Munich, Germany, and it's on the road, guess what? Believe it or not, it was assembled in South Carolina. But you have 3 series, and a lot of people are keen to this now. But you can go and look and see, and a certain 3 series could be made in South Africa, and everybody knows to avoid those.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Is it on a VIN or is it something else?
It's actually on. You can pull it by VIN as well, but certain vehicles from certain regions have certain problems. There's also and this is all probably public knowledge, but it might surprise you guys. So BMW motorcycles were invented and made well before the cars were, but there are actually some BMW motorcycles that are made in China.
A certain model or something?
Dun. Yeah, it's a certain model.
Wow.
Yeah, and
That'll really blow your mind.
Yeah,
after
and
you
you're
buy
not
it.
gonna know. Yeah, Bavarian Motorworks, and all of a sudden it's like
It says made in China right on the freaking
No, it doesn't say it, but
fuel tank.
yeah.
It's got the stamp.
Most of your seats are made in Mexico. They can't fire me now. I left them, so it's
Most
okay.
of your Chevys are made in Mexico.
Yeah.
All you Chevy owners out there.
The only thing original from China is COVID-19. Yeah.
Love it. That's right. They also made that.
Brian T, we are going to do our best to get footage of the match. I might actually run a stage
We're going to be fine.
with the Tacticam 5.0
We
there
got
so we can have point of view so
We
you
got
guys
4
can see.
people or 5 people on the squad that'll be fine holding the camera.
Let's see here.
Hell, maybe we'll get 5.
We'll see you,
angles.
+5. Have a good evening.
+5. Have a great night, my friend. We're going to wrap it up here very shortly anyways.
Yeah, see if there's any more comments, and
We shall ski daddle. What model of Metatoyas?
well, I mean, the thing is, Darren, you're probably not gonna need to spend the money on getting a set of Mitutoyos that are coolant proof. Unless you're working in a machine shop or around a lot of CNC equipment with coolant everywhere, you can just get you a set. I can't tell you the numbers. I think these were 500s or something like that. Don't go too long with them. 6-inch calipers for reloading should be plenty sufficient instead of going too long with them because it becomes cumbersome.
Don't you have 8s?
I've got 8s. That was from, I mean, those.
That's from work.
Yeah.
Work stuff.
Well, no, those were actually sent to me by Mitutoyo.
No, but for not reloading.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
else. Everyone has to remember.
It was Bill Gates that made the COVID-19.
Bill Gates.
He said he would only get a 6-inch one. The Tacticam is a valuable piece of equipment. Charles Tiffy it is. Big shout out to those guys. I have to admit, I haven't done them enough of a service on reviewing the spotter, the LR spotter.
Which is really nice.
It is nice to be able to capture the footage. It is a standalone unit. You can pull it off and still video and all of that, but I use the Tacticam spotter for point of view, for instruction, everything a lot more. And yeah, it's really nice. The only thing I will tell you about it, guys, is if you do pick one up on either model, and if you don't know, you don't know, you can charge your battery up, put it in there, turn it off, and the battery will be dead in a day or two. And it was a real bummer for me, and I didn't know why. I actually contacted the company, asked them about it, and they sent me a remote control. When you have it off, it is sending a signal looking for that remote control to turn it on. So it is always recommended to pull the battery, just pull it out slightly, and so that it's not discharging looking for the remote control, because you can use the remote control to control a multitude of Tacticams, not just one unit, but you can tell this one to turn on, this one to turn on. So yeah, that's the only downside that I've seen with it.
That's like when you're in an airplane and you don't put it in airplane mode.
Yeah.
And it's like trying to find
it's searching, it's roaming, it's
and then
looking
you
for
finally
signal.
get to your destination so you can call a taxi and your phone's dead because
Diet Coke is like a vegan steak. I don't know, I like my vegan steak. Are you ever going to get a class going again? Yeah, we actually touched on this, Idaho Rogers, on the last chat that I had. I am going to do that. I'm doing a private class next week. We're actually going to be doing it. Actually, we're having a get together next week. We're not even having a get together. That's against the law. We have some friends coming over. We're going to talk guns. So I'm hoping I can get something started, hopefully before it gets too crazy cold, but it's pretty mild down here in the summer.
Who wants to take a class in the snow?
It doesn't snow here much. We might get a day of snow for the whole winter or two.
He's not lying. He's not lying. Hell, today.
Yeah, it's not so much about me, because probably like you guys, we really don't give a crap about it. And the problem is getting the rental space for the classroom, because the one we use is a community center, and because of restrictions placed on something that's owned by state or government, they're like, no, we can't have assembly. And so that's been the biggest issue, is finding a place to teach the class, because the classroom portion is critical.
How many people do you want to have in class?
I usually cap them off at 10 to 12. No more. And when I do that, I'm not teaching them by myself. I'll typically have 3 instructors. So
yeah, hotter,
colder it is, the longer it takes the barrel to heat up. Yeah, that's true. But we don't really get to the point where we're heating barrels up, because you're taking turns on the line shooting, so you're never just constantly just pounding it like a PRS match or something, where you're just putting 15 rounds and then 15 rounds and just burning it up.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Yep, TB, that's exactly right. 7 inches in one day and gone the next in North Carolina. Now, about 2 years ago, we got 14 inches in a day, at least where my house was.
Yeah,
and it stuck around for about 6 days. Yeah, it was no joke.
Yeah, it actually shut everything down. That's the thing out here in North Carolina mountains. There really is not much equipment. So you could be waiting a few days if it doesn't melt before they can get to it.
What match are you guys shooting this weekend? Matt, it is a precision rimfire match. We will be shooting out to 400-ish yards or so. It completely sold out. A lot of people stepped up to the table to help sponsor the match. A lot of big companies.
Yeah,
so yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
Table.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Be cool to see the prize table. What's Abigail saying?
What would you estimate the barrel life of a 416R stainless steel barrel in 5.56? You know, and this is a tough estimate. It always is, and the reason is a lot of barrel life is going to be determined by rate of fire, how often you did the rate of fire. It's how you were shooting it. Were you shooting one round every minute and letting it cool? Were you constantly shooting full auto? I mean, you can eat one up in no time.
Did you get the barrel to red?
Yeah, exactly. Could you light a cigarette off your barrel?
Did you make bacon?
But typically speaking, I mean, on most of your barrel, even the 416 like that, you could probably get 10,000 rounds pretty easily, depending on the rate of fire. Depends on the ammo. There's a lot to consider there. You know, I don't think you're going to get 10,000 rounds of
if you're on a steel case
Mark
ammo?
262 or Black Hills 77, because that's some hot stuff.
Fast shit.
Yeah. Not as fast as, let's say, a 55 grainer running at 3,200 feet per second, but it's a heavy bullet going very quickly. No full auto, unfortunately. I hear you, Abigail.
It ain't worth a damn when it's over 75 degrees. I'm only happy in cold weather.
Oh man, we are polar opposites. No pun intended.
This guy can live on the sun.
I like the heat.
He likes the heat. And I'm the one wearing it.
Matt Sprouse saes Voda. What is Voda? The only thing I know.
He's probably saying voodoo.
No, I think
Voda?
he's talking about. No, don't be careful with Voda, because Voda is that knucklehead that has the little the YouTube channel that he's the dude who's always doing a knife and a pistol and all that, and everybody's kind of laughed him off the face of the planet. What you're talking about is VOD, VOD, tactical, and that stands for Virtue of Defense.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I never heard of him.
Oh, you look it up. This dude is like,
crazy man.
oh, you got to check it out. I think he's based out of Charlotte or something. It's like,
Ninja knife.
Voda shot the ceiling. Yeah, so I think his.
Did he?
You just have to watch some of his videos, dude. It's insane.
Is he doing it on purpose?
No, he's supposed to be some tactical monitor or something. I don't know the guy. I don't know. He's a clown. Guy. Yeah, I don't know the guy, so I don't want to say anything. But based on what I've seen, I'm not interested in
motorboating.
Yes, VOD rimfire match this weekend. Yes, Matt Sprouse, that is correct.
In Old Fort North.
Yeah, Armament Axis says vote is a joke. I can't believe you've never seen it. As much as I don't watch YouTube.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I guess that's some instructors pointed that out, and they were like, "Hey, you need to check this dude out." And I was like, "Holy crud!" Yeah, Abigail says I laugh at him. Yeah, that's.
It sounds like everybody's
seen him, but you.
Perfect. I'll stay the one that's never heard of Voda.
Dude, there was so much stuff floating on Facebook and everywhere.
He's not the black guy that shot himself in the classroom, right? The FBI guy?
No, that's not him.
Okay.
That's not him.
Right.
And I think that was
he was a
I don't think that you're talking about the guy with the dreadlocks. No, this is somebody completely different.
He was in a classroom.
Grandmaster Jay. That's the guy from Antifa or something. Grandmaster Jay is like, "Hey, we have just changed. The rifle has fired," because he closed the bolts on a rifle. "Hey, the rifle has fired."
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You don't know what happened when they had all these little Antifa, these little rallies and all this.
I knew they had some.
Yeah, well, Grandmaster Jay has this channel, and
he's they make fun of him.
No, he goes out and he does this video, and he's talking about how things can happen. He was nowhere near the trigger, but
watch this.
Let me show you what happens.
It just did it accidentally on its
What's your preference on the Trigger Tech Diamond, straight or curved, and reason?
Straight.
Great question, John. So, John, I have been running the Trigger Techs now for a while. I just ordered and got the Trigger Tech Diamond 2-stage, and I was asked, do I want the curved trigger or flat? I switched to a flat trigger, man, a while ago, and there was a learning curve. Notice how the pun on words. There was a little bit of a learning curve for me because I was so accustomed to curved triggers. But you have more of a tangent point, in my opinion, on a flat trigger with your finger than contact all the way around. And it seemed like I was not influencing the rifle as much, for me anyway. Maybe it's in my mind. But either way, sometimes you get a curved trigger. I've got on some triggers where the hook was too much. A flat trigger is, guess what? It's always flat. And you think about the popularity of flat triggers on things like SIG 320s, things like, everybody likes a flat trigger.
Yeah. Well, that's like
that's my preference.
The
now.
CZ, I can't remember what model it was. I'd swear that thing went all the way around. Like
Yeah,
that pistol.
yeah. It
like,
actually had a hook
like,
on
what
it.
the hell is this?
You guys know the old Lugers, like a DWM, like a PO1 or something like that. It's like, what is that? Is that a ring?
Does it go all the way around?
Exactly.
Like there's already a ring around the trigger. Why would you put another ring in the middle of the trigger?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he also said every day in the Army, 2 or 3 people die in basic training. It's like,
every
really?
day?
Every day,
Wow.
yeah. Because the rifle has fire.
The rifle has fire. I gotta see that now.
Oh, you have to. You know what we're gonna do right after this chat?
So I gotta
show him.
I gotta watch Voodoo or Vado or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, I actually felt bad because I was like, I don't want to give this guy any views, but it went viral, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds entertaining for sure.
Yeah, armament and axes, when it comes down to it, I've never had a problem with any trigger either. But if it comes down to preferences, because in life we all have preferences. Some of us like it at 70, some of us like, John, KB32 likes it at like 60 degrees in the room. If there's not icicles hanging from the ceiling, he's not happy.
Oh shit! So one morning, right? We're on the same team the other thing. So I go up to his room, and the freaking window is just like all fogged up, and I'm like,
so
it's
preferences.
An ice box
it's what I prefer.
Crazy.
But yeah, I'll shoot anything.
I usually watch those videos when I need.
Yeah, something to laugh at.
Abigail.
You have committed an incident.
Yeah, committed an incident.
That's it.
That sounds like a good channel. Might have to watch it.
Yeah, you'll have to watch it.
But he's completely real the whole time. Like,
oh, it's legit.
Like this.
Yeah, it's not. He's
not
trying to sound very
something.
educated and.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he said he bought the rifle in Germany or something when he was in the Army and brought it back. You just got to check it out. Nothing works out right. He bought it in the 80s or something, and the model was like an A2 or something. It's crazy.
You're like, this ain't mathematically adding up right.
Straight triggers and curvy women.
Straight triggers and curvy women.
Hell, the dude ran for president of the U.S. I don't know. The clown actually believes what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes his Rise armament trigger and his AR-556. Nice. Rise armament. I actually shot with. I know Garrett Grover is one of their pro shooters. I've shot with Garrett a lot back in the day, and I shot with him in nationals out in Oklahoma. And when he signed on with Rise, and I talked to the guys, and they were doing muzzle brakes and triggers. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about the triggers, but I never used one.
Look at that. We're at 39 thumbs up and 39 people watching.
Dang.
That's a nice even.
He also walks around in paintball armor.
Oh, never
with the bullpup. That's right. That's right.
The bullpup.
What is the best all-around 223 5.56 bullet for reloading? Maybe 69 grain Sierra. So Joe Combs, I am a 69 grain Sierra Match King whore. I have more of that, and I like Hornady. I keep some 75s around. I keep a lot of 55 grainers. And when you kind of throw me off a little bit.
It depends on the rifle, though.
You're saying for reloading, but I mean a 69, because a 69 is going to do really well at intermediate distances, getting you out to 500 yards without any issue, and be very darn accurate with it. It is easy to reload. You're not dealing with a little tiny 55 grainer. I like it. I'm not telling you what the load is, but I want to say if you play around with it, try to do some CFE 223 at maybe about everybody's got their own number, but maybe 25 grains or so. Always work up to that load. Never just go by something you hear, but I wouldn't go much over 25.1 grains. Hint, hint. But that's a really good load with the 69 grain Sierra Match King.
Yep. But then you can jump it up to the 75.
Yeah, armament and axis, the key point, he says, depends on the rifle twist rate. You want something that's probably going to be a 1 and 8, 1 and 7. 1 and 9 will actually work on 69 grainers. I've seen them, but typically nowadays on an AR, guys, unless you've got an old school one, it's going to be a 1 and 9, 1 and 8, 1 and 7. You typically want a 1 and 7 for your 77 grainers always, or 75 grainers, but 1 and 8 does well with almost all of it.
Well, it's kind of right in the middle.
I mean, well, I wouldn't be shooting, you know, a 40 grain out of it or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sure. Be zinging.
Okay, throw a 90 grain A-tip in a 6.75 twist and a 28-inch barrel and watch it shine. Okay.
90 grain.
Yeah, 90 grain.
What is your AI?
So I have a 223 Ackley improved, and I did hear some guys telling me about the 90 grainers. I've just been shooting the 80s in it, and
What twist is it?
the twist on that is a 1 in 7, I believe. That's a Bartlett, and
So
it
that's
does
right
well.
about right on the money-ish.
Yeah,
That's what he was talking about.
most barrels come in 1 in 7 from reputable companies. For ARs, I don't know. I don't know if I can say that. You'll see 1 in 7, but I think 1 in 8 is going to be more of a. And 1 in 9, you're going to see that quite a bit. The numbers will shock you. Oh, I don't doubt it. We were able to push some crazy numbers. I know Kenny pushed some bullets out to 30, almost 3,400 feet per second. Yeah, some heavy bullets. It was crazy.
And that was kind of the whole thing of like, man, you're at the same weight as a frickin' a 6 Creedmoor 115 grain, like D-tac or something.
He said, have had good luck with 70 grain Nosler RDFs, 1 in 8. I'll tell you, I've never reloaded Nosler. I've always been, and like I said, I'm pretty simple. I don't do a lot of tinkering. I'm usually going to be shooting Sierras or Hornadies, and that's about, or Burgers, and that's about it.
Yeah, because we got.
Yeah, Darren says his 223 Wild is a 1 in 8.
1 in 8.
Almost makes you wonder why you shoot a 6mm.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
At distance is where I think. In
Bucking
the wind a little.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm still a big fan of that 6mm Creedmoor. Other than it, just eating barrels.
Yep.
I got to get a new one here soon, but yeah, I don't know. You can always second guess it to death.
Well, that's like a 22 Creedmoor.
Yeah, or these.
That's the whole
25
same...
Creedmoor. All this stuff.
Well, the 25 is kind of in between a 6.5 and a 6, but a 22. That's what I don't understand about the whole 22 Creedmoor thing. Is it because it doesn't burn barrels? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know.
Abigail says, for clarification, most of the barrels I'm talking about are like BCM, Fabric National, DSA, and fighting rifles in general. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
A better barrel life. Yeah, Matt. I think he's talking about the answer.
Well, Matt Sprouse, that's the whole reason why I went with that 6 arc. I mean, for most, if it's not something where you're shooting beyond 1,000 yards, I mean, I'm getting good velocities out of it. It's something that's not going to be a barrel burner. It's something I can practice train with. It's kind of why I bought the 223 Ackley, and that thing's, I love it. It's a great rifle. Anything on the 25 Creed? No, actually, someone just sent me a link on that just a little bit ago. I think it was Conservative Sniper Hunter. I haven't had a chance to see that yet.
More new magic.
Yep, but the arc is almost the same as a BR without the 308 bolt face. Yep. What's up, old geezers? We are old geezers. But you know what? We stay up late for old geezers.
That's right. Most people, they'd be waking up in a couple hours. Oh, he's going to be
I'm still going to wake up in a couple hours anyway.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Anyway, so...
Richard. There's Richard right there. You know who that is.
No. Dick.
Mm-hmm.
Florida. Is that Dick from Florida?
You sound like we're on a call. This is Dick from Florida. We're going to patch you in.
Where did that come from?
You know those call centers?
I thought his last name, I know what his last name is. That's not the same guy. He said, hell no.
No.
See? You see, this guy led me down that rabbit hole.
No, I thought it was Richard. I mean, it is Richard, but
Matt Sprouse says, I shot the BR at Snipers Unknown Challenge. It's going to be hard for me to move from it. Yeah, that's good to know. Good to know. You need an ice maker down there. Watching you drink that room temp tea makes me cringe.
Oh, I'll drink this
It's
stuff hot in the
Jake
car.
from State Farm.
Is that Jake from State Farm? Oh, shit. There is a...
If that's Jake from State Farm, these
not-
old
that's
geezers
not-
are the one.
Wait. Where's Jake from State Farm at?
No, Jerry Parker says it's Jake from State Farm. There's an inside joke there, so I don't know if that's who he's talking about. You know the difference between Jake and Richard? Yeah, no, go ahead. Tell us. Who they calling old? I'm 54 older than both of you.
True.
We're old, though, Armament and Axes.
We're older than a 40-year-old.
Average lifespan of a male in the United States. We're definitely over here with this being the end, okay? So, you figure we probably got a good 20 years,
about
22 years left.
7 weeks left.
7 weeks.
Yeah, that's it.
And then you're out of here.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Richard is
Outlaw Josie Wells. He said, you know what? I couldn't fall asleep.
He's back.
Have you guys shot an FNAR-15? I have. My designated marksman, 2 18-inch barrel. It's really accurate with 62 and 77 grain, and it's a 1 and 7 twist.
We're oldish.
Good note. Richard is longer. Gotcha. We are oldish, Ray. Yeah, that's true. We are oldish. But we're definitely over the halfway mark.
We're still doing it, though.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
Old is a state of mind.
That's right. How old are you in your
Do
mind?
you know why husbands die before their wives?
To get out of it.
I don't know. Because women usually have a longer lifespan than a man anyway, so.
Yeah. We get tired of putting up with
What's
this.
the answer, Orion?
I think I know the answer, but let's
What's
see.
the answer? Come on, quick.
Just that we're trying to
You ain't
escape.
got no answer.
Trying to escape.
Yep, over the halfway mark. That's it.
Yeah, there ain't no way I'm living to 100. That's for
Yeah, the thing I don't like, on a car, right? You got a full tank of gas. That's like when you're born, and it takes forever to come off a full mark.
And then,
But when he gets to that 50% mark, I think you see that thing do this, and that's the way I feel right now too. It's like, man,
because
they want to. Oh, that was just wrong.
See, all right.
Do you know the #1 cause of divorce?
What is it?
I don't know, Richard.
We're getting jokes. I like this.
Yeah, this is different. Yeah,
Marriage.
Jeez.
Everybody has
goodness.
a marriage. That's funny.
No, I have a good marriage. I can't say anything. I don't know. Staying over here all the. See, you moving 5 minutes down the road from me is not going to help.
Who do more stupid stuff? Who do more stupid stuff? Brian
We
T?
do more stupid stuff.
Oh, we do more stupid.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, we're
you get
always-
to that point, you're like, I'm still young,
I can
and
do
we do
this.
stupid stuff.
Broke a hip. Man down. Medic.
Time flies after 18 and you become adult. Yeah, life gets in the way.
Dang
and
it.
If you
Gotta be
if you
all
have kids
serious
and all
and
that,
work.
and they grow up, and then I guess that's when I realized, hey, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. It's when
When you turn 18?
well, no, when all of my daughters, they're leaving the home. They're one coming back to the home, and then it's like they're not kids anymore.
No.
That's it.
Then you're all man.
Then what? Then what?
And then they're actually as old as you feel. Then you know you're in trouble because
No, it's when you remember what you did and how stupid you were at that age.
Yeah.
It's
Unfortunately, I'm going through that right
geez.
now.
Of course, they know it all at that
Oh,
age.
yeah.
They know it
Yeah.
all. It's like, I've been there. No, you haven't. It's different. It's a different age.
That's right.
You old geezer, what do
We
you
got
know?
internet. We can look anything up we want.
It is a different generation. The mindset, everything is completely different.
Yeah.
So much with the phones and
just hiring these new young people.
TikTok, or what do they call it? TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll never see a woman doing half of what y'all do.
That's because they ain't as dumb as we are.
My doctor suggested hip replacement. Talk about feeling old.
Ouch.
Wish I had the 22 LRs we have now when I was growing up. Oh, no
there would
doubt.
not be
no
a squirrel. There
We
would
were
be-
all out there with our little Marlins,
There wouldn't be a
bolt
squirrel
action,
alive.
or little tube fed, or we had a Remington nylon 66, which came up yesterday.
Model 60s. I like the Model 60.
My youngest is 32, so
There you go.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Hopefully you had fun. I enjoyed it. Started off a little slow with this whole figuring out the powder thing, but glad you guys stuck around for it. So I appreciate that. And wasn't one of our best chats, but it was definitely fun.
Yeah, Darren Becker, that is a fact. And trust me, especially with daughters, I've had 3 of them. And yeah, man, they get to that age. I mean, 12, 13, they become evil.
Yeah,
evil.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally
Satan. That's it. It's Satan.
when something bleeds for this long and
No,
it doesn't
I
die.
ain't going there. I just say
It's like, what the hell? I agree with
evil.
darkness.
Abigail says, I can confirm this. I wasn't 18 59 years ago. I hear you, Alaska One Andy.
Alaska One Andy's out there.
I'm freshly 50, need 2 knees, a right elbow, and a hip for the past 10 years.
Bionic
VA
man.
said, wait till you're 55. So who is older? Yeah, it sounds like, you know, the thing is, it's like what you're saying. When we get to that age of 50, it's like,
Shit starts falling apart.
man, you hurt in places you never hurt before. And I don't know. I'll do it until I can't do it anymore.
That's
I'm
right.
Keep shooting
I'm still
and
gonna.
have
I'm gonna
fun
do
and-
this. I'm gonna do the whole PRS with the one of those little.
Parachute failure makes you old fast, no doubt. But at least you live to tell about it.
Yeah, for sure.
What is one piece? This is a great topic. What right here? This question. What is one piece of kit you thought would be awesome, but ended up hating it?
Good question.
Now, is this PRS related? If it's PRS related or precision rifle shooting related, for me, it's gonna have to be that bag when it collapsed on me in Utah. I was like,
Yeah,
I gotta get this
sideways.
bag. I gotta get this bag.
Yeah,
and as soon
that was
as I
the
put it up there,
stupidest
the
thing.
whole thing just flopped over sideways, and the rifle was like this, and I got a bag on the right of my rifle. If I had to say that one, and that's not a piece of kit, but that's something that we use for shooting. Yeah, that was so disappointing. I was upset.
I was like, what?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's not the age, it's the mileage. That's it.
It ain't the years, it's the miles.
We'll see you, Armament.
Have a good night. All right, we're gonna get out of here.
Fat bag. Call Coda. I met up with him Sunday. Shipped him a jar of the Mountain Good stuff. Oh, by the way, yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Well, that stuff's easy to be had around here. The mountains.
It just leaks out of the ground.
Shine.
Shine.
Just look for the black pipes running out of the creek.
That's right.
Let's see here. Still want to challenge you to the rope climb.
Who's this?
Oh, Armament Axis is challenging you to the rope climb.
Used to. Could really, will not. Sure if I could.
Peach brandy.
Peach brandy.
It's not the years in your life, it's the life in your years. That's it. That's it. Well, if that's the case, that should be like 120.
What's that whole saying where you slide in when you gotta die? You know, you want to be slid in all ground up and like.
I haven't heard that.
You haven't heard that one?
No, never.
Yeah, I remember. So maybe somebody has. You don't want to slide into. You don't want to just.
You don't want to ease into it.
No, you don't want to ease into heaven or something. You want to like slide in, scuffed up, beat up, and something. Somebody's gonna know. Somebody's gonna know this. Hopefully, hopefully, don't make me feel like an idiot. But see, they're typing right now because they actually know the answer.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
No, that's
Yeah,
not. That's
yeah,
not,
that's it.
no, that ain't it. I like it, but that ain't it. Come on, somebody help me. Internet Google search, somebody. Anybody. Everybody scream.
All right, we'll see you, Armament Axis. 2A strong. Quoting the Highlander movie I see.
It's supposed to be, it's usually what motorcycle riders say. I'm surprised you don't know it.
It's better to go out in a ball of flames.
No, it's something about sliding into something on, I don't remember how it goes, but it's, what would be?
Your dream match I would love to shoot. You know, I actually, TB, the dream match that I would love to shoot was one that I was going to try to coordinate and make happen. And the logistics behind it were going to be crazy. And what it was going to be was a two-man team. Oh yeah, I was going to try to make this happen. It was going to be a two-man team match. You had to have a quad or something, or side by side, something like that. I was going to actually have a couple different divisions, and basically, let's say Rick and I were teammates. You had to have pistols, each of you. You had to have shotgun between the two of you. Both of you had the pistols, but you had to have a shotgun, you had to have a rifle, and you had to have a precision long gun. And engagements would be all the way out to 1,000, but they could be very, very close. You had to carry all your gear with you in the 4x4, and it was going to be a 24-hour match.
The quads.
Yeah, the quads. And basically
24 hours?
Yeah, it was going to run through the night. Just 24 hours. And basically you would get to a stage. When you got to the stage, you had a parking area, you had to get out. It was all blind. You could always run back to your vehicle and get whatever equipment you needed, but you didn't know what the stage was going to be.
So you was a freaking yard sale.
You had to have everything. And so the problem with it is a lot of people don't have quads or borrowing quads. And they were like, well, you got to have a vehicle division. And I was like, no, it's never going to work. And it just logistically, it was going to be horrible.
Well, it's hard.
That would have been a lot of fun.
Especially if you don't have the racks and all the other crap.
Matt Sprouse says Assassin's Way for me. Yeah, because, Chris Way is a friend of mine, and he's actually shooting that. But, man, that is so expensive. Matt Sprouse, are you shooting an Assassin's Way?
Isn't that 25 grand?
Yeah, that's just $25,000 entry fee on that one.
God, I hope he is. It'd be cool to know someone.
Well, I know Chris.
Chris
Yeah. I thought you guys were signing off. I'm still here, my Gun Dork brothers. That's it. But rather to skid in broadside in a cloud of smoke, thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and loudly proclaiming, wow, what a ride.
There it is. Richard, the man, the myth. That is it. That is the saying. That's how you want to go to heaven right there. Read it again.
I already read it. I know what it said.
You want to. It's so you don't want to be the guy that's all
That was used in a movie.
I don't care where it was. That was what I was trying to say.
Well, you didn't say it.
Actually, you did because you read it.
We'll see you, Dreon. I don't know if he's checking in or checking out. We're getting ready to leave.
We're out here.
But
it would be.
Says you read half. Is there more to it?
I don't know.
What does this do?
No, that just times them out or does whatever.
Rick's tea is almost empty, and my Diet Coke is about to be done.
That's right.
Well, I was only supposed to be on for an hour tonight, and ended up hanging out over here, and I got to get up in a couple hours. So
that's right. You guys have a great night. Stay safe.
Been fun.
Thanks again for showing up. Had a great time. Enjoyable as always. Maybe not the best chat for the week, but it was a good one. So hopefully you guys stick around for the next one. See you again. Take care. Richard, awesome job on helping me out. I knew someone smart would know this. It's hanging out with this guy.
All right. We'll see you guys. Take care.